Hey everybody, it's Jochen and I'm back with the Hellsen versus Haydn campaign. This is scenario 2. I'm playing Japan, he's playing the Allies. This is the 27th of December, 1941. Okay, we grab the dot base and the illusions. Last turn was a huge stinker, guys. I'm talking awful. So I'm really hoping we have a little more success this turn. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it because it was bad. S-36, huh? Well, we damaged that guy yesterday. That's off of Mersing. There's a few subs stacked up there now. Looks like it's going to get away this time. Okay, I-19. This is out there south of San Diego. The Hammond and the Anderson, huh? I think these are Sims class destroyers, so I know he gets 8 of those near San Diego, so this could be kind of telling if he's moving something through here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, Hammond and Anderson on the ASW attack, no damage. Okay, K-15, just north of Kupang, and it looks like our ASW did catch up to it and are driving it away. That's good. Oh, look at that! He's heading down the coast. Why is he heading down? I-17 at Lanai. Took a shot at... Oh, we're already hit. Took a shot at a destroyer there. We took one small hit. So if you guys watched my live stream yesterday, I stacked up subs all around here because I knew that the Boise or what the Brooklyn, whatever, the Helena, would probably need to come into Pearl for repairs. So I wanted to stack it up, try to stop it. What is that guy doing? Oh, come on. He's in the Ambon Hex. Dang it. K7. Alright, we're damaging it, fortunately. Man, that's very bold to come all the way into the Hex like that. Alright, it's 2 hits. I hate subs, man. I hate him. I wish I could just take him out of the game. That's 3 hits. I know that wouldn't be very realistic, would it? How fitting that a Japanese player hates subs. Coming near the end of the war, they're going to be the absolute bane of me. Alright, so we get a few hits on it. This guy might go down. It might not. That's a 45 centimeter torpedo. They're not the biggest. If it sinks, it sinks. We miss again. I-17 dealing with the same group as before. I can't believe that. Come on. How does he get into the Hex of Mersing? That's some crap, man. I've got so much ASW here, and he still gets in and hits that ship. Come on, whatever. There's so much ASW in there, it's unbelievable, and he still hits that ship. Like, I don't know what else to do but stack it with ships, and I've done that, but they still get in. They're going into my hexes with ASW and just completely shrugging it off. Well, that's 2 ships hit by subs this turn so far. Hopefully we can salvage that other one, because that's a good ship. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, wait, no. That's ours. That's us. Okay. Never mind. Okay. That's our sub attacking his ship. All right. And it has fuel aboard. That just sank. And the K-18. Man, look at all these Dutch subs, man. They're all over us right now, man. They're everywhere. Are you kidding me? How? What is this? Oh, come on! What are these guys even doing? Well, this is not gonna go well, guys. I can't believe this. I can't believe it! What are these guys even doing? I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what this convoy is. Ugh. This turn is not going well again. Look at that. He's going so far north of Ominato. No, I mean Paramushiro. I don't even know what that convoy was that got hit. I don't even know what that is. Thunderstorms over. Yeah. Great. I know they're not expensive ships that I'm losing, but it's just the thought of it is making me angry. Okay, this 85th Chinese Corps is going to be a bit of a pain. It's got a lot of AV in it. Oh, here we go. Hitting Chungking. Overcast. We're hitting Chungking now. Ooh, look at this. Destroyed a couple things here. Still not flying cap. And that's a good thing too, because my cap did not go in first. Or maybe they did. I don't know. I think it did go in. And he's refusing to fight. All right. One last strike, guys. We're going to hit Sydney on the way out. I think the weather's going to be pretty good. All right. I guess let's see what we get here. Obviously, a lot more flak than normal. Okay. Well, I was hoping for a little bit better than that. We did start a little bit of fires. One Val destroyed by flak, which isn't too bad. I was hoping for better than that. Man. Okay. And now a strike on Newcastle. This one's going to be really high because I don't want to deal with any flak. Alright. Looks like it's doing okay. Nice! 32 resource hits. That should yield some points there. Alright, and another bombing raid hitting Chungking. More aircraft damaged. That was good. I wanted to hit Chungking today just to shake things up a little bit. Okay, now we're hitting that unit on Luzon, hoping to kill it this turn. Temelo. So, check this out. You notice how we didn't take any flak losses this turn? I think he's out of ammo. He's out of supply, so he can't even hit us if he wanted to. That's why there's not even flak showing here. Well, very little, because he's almost out of supply there. Okay, now we're hitting Clark. A few hits, but not as much as I'd like. Okay, and another hit on Chungking. A few more aircraft destroyed there. And another raid. I decided to go really heavy this turn. Doesn't look like we're hitting any more aircraft. Okay, another hit on Temelo. I think we've got what we're going to get out of that. And now another hit on Chungking. Some more hits on Clark. These guys are hitting the Lark Battalion. Or the Rabal base force. I bet you he flew the Lark Battalion out of there already. Okay, well, I'm expecting some... Ah! Golly, that sucks. I'm really hoping for a counterattack here against those ships. Like, I have a lot of aircraft on naval attack, and they need to, you know, attack. Oh, come on. Well, we're not off to a good start at all. Okay, let's hope we can hit these guys. Well, that was a swing and a miss. These guys are going to get away. Really disgruntled about these destroyers. Wow. What a garbage turn! My aircraft did nothing to stop these destroyers. Oh. And we're just going to let that guy get away. Well, that's the second ship for I-164. Well, we got that one, I guess. You know, he loaded a bump on fuel on purpose, so he'd rather sink the fuel at sea than let me get it. I'm so bummed out about these destroyers. Just can't believe they can get away with this. Well, hopefully we have a good land attack day. Okay. Lingayen. Okay, take a free base. This should go pretty okay. There we go. Finally got that thing out of there. Man, I was wondering if they'd hang on forever. Makassar base force. Okay, this is north of Makassar. This should be pretty good. Nice. Surigao. Alright, and we got some dot base op action here. And then this should be real easy. They should surrender. Yep. Look at that. Working as intended. Nice. That worked perfectly. Exactly like it should have. Okay, and this is us attacking just this leftover base force that came out of Wenchao. We're just pushing them into Puchang right now. Cool, and I believe they retreated into Puchang, but I'm not sure. Okay. This is us attacking Roti near Timor. Nothing on that base. Dot base near Tulagi. And Kumak, uninhabited. Oh man. I'm not happy with this turn at all. These destroyers are just continuing to cause me trouble. And that stinks. And a lot of my aircraft that were set up to go after these guys did not go. So that really puts us in a bind. And those ships, I don't even know what those ships were that came out of there. So we're going to have to really figure that out now. Man, can't believe that. Look at what are these even, and why are they there? Why? Dang it. Well, my bad luck continues, guys. These destroyers have just really did me in. And everything I've tried to do to stop them has just not worked out. Aircraft losses today. This is the closest it's been to parity in a long time. We lost 3 Vals. 1 was shot down flag, 2 ops. 2 Sallies today. He lost 4 aircraft, bombed on the ground at Chungking. And on top of that, we got a bunch of just other assorted ops losses for both sides here. A-20 Havoc suggests that he's flying these things around, flighting them around to get to different places. Top pilots, only 2 killed today, which is definitely an improvement over what we've been doing. Army lost points today. 20 for the Allies, 0 for Japan. Ship sunk. Not a good day. So, first of all, I know for a fact that Helena did not sink. This is nonsense. This ship did not sink with one torpedo in it. So, uh, I'm not gonna get excited about these points yet because they're not really mine. And he did sink this ship right off the coast of Mersing because he just walked right through my ASW like it wasn't even there and took out this ship because that's just how my luck is, right? We did sink two British ships near Balikpapan and they both had fuel aboard. I think he loaded them up with fuel just to sink them at sea so we wouldn't get the fuel. And then all these ships here are the ships that he sank off of near Tokyo with the two destroyers. And we're probably going to lose a whole lot more. Look at this. 49 ships lost this campaign. That's embarrassing. I don't think I've ever seen Japan lose this many ships. I'm just so embarrassed about it. Anyway, for the turn, we still managed to somehow claw 257 points into the green. And some of that is due to this strategic loss points that we're doing in Australia, which is still paying off for me, thank goodness. So we'll take a look at Australia here in just a little bit and see what that's looking like. Alright, we'll take a look at Combat Reporter. We will start with sea battles, and of course, here's the big sea battle where two destroyers managed to take out an entire task force. Just ridiculous. I didn't even think about this convoy last turn. So basically, it was coming back from, I don't know, somewhere over here from the Dutch, from, I don't know, Saigon, and I had it going into Tokyo, and it was out here about a turn ago, and I just totally forgot about it. I didn't think he'd come down this way. I thought he'd retreat. But he decided to come down to Japan because he has no fear of anything we can do to him. And he took it out. So it was just an oversight on my part. I miscalculated which direction he was going to go. And what I should have done was packed up all the ships anywhere within a 20 hex radius of this. But I didn't. So that's how he got those extra ships. Okay. This is where the O-16 just waltzes right through my ASW at Mersing and takes out this ship that was just unloading supply. And then we also took a sub hit here at Ambon. Well, again, tons of ASW. There's all kinds of ASW task forces all through here. And he goes directly into the hex because he just doesn't care. And he blows up another ship. I just don't get it. On the ground, we did capture Surigao, Port of Princessa, and we did force the unit there to surrender because we grabbed Tete first, which was smart. We grabbed Lingayen, Kumak. Oh man, let's get this a little bigger here. We had some ground combat here near Puchang. We finally took out this Philippine Army Infantry Battalion that was hanging out on Luzon. Now we have our uninterrupted supply lines all the way from Apari down. And then again, we destroyed the Makassar base force that was hanging out on Celebes. So by my calculation, there should be only one more unit of troops left on all of Celebes over here. Well, I guess if you count these, it's two. But we've almost neutralized all the Dutch troops on Celebes. Amphibious operations, nothing really exciting to talk about there. Air operations, I took out this swing and a miss. Where's it at? Right here. These Bettys. First of all, I had two squadrons of Bettys set up. Only one flew. Secondly, I had a whole flight of Mavis's armored torpedoes, and they didn't fly at all. So all we got was 13 Bettys, and they all missed. So this guy just gets to drive up and down the coast of Japan without any kind of threat from my aircraft because they can't hit crap. We did bomb Temelo pretty good. So I pretty much guarantee he's out of supply there now. We did have a good day at Sydney. We got all of our valves off, and we successfully hit Sydney and hit the light industry and caused a fair amount of damage there. Weather was good. And we went in low. See, we're doing a dive bombing attack there. That was pretty good. At Newcastle, our Kates bombed Newcastle and hit pretty good, actually. From 10,000 feet, we took basically no losses at all because he just had no way of reaching us with the flak that he's got. So pretty good hits on this. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see here. Clarkfield, we got some damage in on that today. Chungking, I hit it really good today. I damaged a lot of aircraft that I might hit it again tomorrow. Or not. Maybe I won't. I don't think I will because he'll expect it. So we're not going to hit it again. But we got some good damage on Chungking. Yeah, that's about it. Sigint. That's not important. Something's going on at Bombay and Rangoon. So Bombay, okay, we see he's got aircraft and ships. That's not a big surprise. Rangoon. Not seeing anything noteworthy here. Huh. Yeah, nothing at Rangoon worth looking at. Melbourne. Something going on in Melbourne. Let's see if we can see. No. Not much to see there. Tahiti. Oh, what's going on at Tahiti? That might be worth sending a sub over there at some point. He may be trying to set this base up for something. Tahiti, huh? Okay. And Pearl. A lot of activity at Pearl. If we take a look at Pearl, we see he's got a few different ships in port. And my guess is that these are escorts to help bring in the damaged... what's it called? The damaged Helena. I'm pretty sure it got in there just fine. No way it sank on one torpedo. Things are tanks. Okay, ops report. We'll take a look at the combat. This is... So we got confirmation that the Canopus sank at Manila on December 8th. And we also got confirmation that the two ships we sunk at Balikpapan did in fact go down. On the Japanese tab, there you go. 8 additional bases today, guys. Not bad. Losses. These are what we've admitted so far to the Allies that sank last turn. But obviously there's a lot more than that. And pilot. Looks like one of our 2 killed pilots came from the Shokaku. And he was killed in a landing accident. Okay. We'll take a look in China now. Actually, no. We'll go back to the home islands and start there since we have something to talk about. His destroyers that were over here last turn, it looks like he's looking to get... He's escaping through here, and I'm kind of wondering if that's how he came in. Do you see that? I wonder if that's his ingress path, right through there. But we do have quite a bit of assets out to sea here that can move to intercept these guys next turn. So I think that's what we're going to do. He kind of, you know, this kind of limits the directions he can go. So we're definitely going to post up in here. These guys are going to kind of move between these 2 spots here. And I'll move the rest of these ships out here to intercept these guys. These guys I don't really know what I'm going to do with yet because I don't really have any assets that are nearby that are strong enough to deal with those. And that, again, is part of my learning. I didn't leave enough troops back home to deal with these sorts of threats. So I get disappointed when these things happen to me. But I have to remind myself every time they do, this is a learning campaign. And this was a huge learning lesson for not only myself, but any other new Japanese players. Don't leave the home islands underdefended, or 2 destroyers can completely wipe out so much. It's crazy what 2 destroyers can do. So I've learned a lot. This whole exercise, this is just a continuation of what happened last turn. I'm just continuing to pay the price still. But I've learned what I need to do to protect it next time, and it won't happen again, I hope. So learn from me, guys. Don't leave your home islands underdefended. And don't count on the aircraft to save you, because they won't. Anyway, in China, we continue our drive up towards Xi'an from this direction and also this direction. So we'll be in this hex and this hex next turn, and that puts us really close to tightening the noose on this. So I'm kind of hoping that we can get in here soon. I would love to beat this unit into this hex. I don't know if we will or not. I might want to bomb these guys one more turn to slow them down, because I want to be there first and establish and close up the other hex side so he can't really get out. So let's see if we can beat him to this hex. And then we'll be in this one next turn. Our armor is continuing up the road, moving pretty decent speed. So it's going to take him about 2 days per hex to get up the secondary road. We're still aiming for the crossroads for now. Okay. At Chungking, we got a pretty decent bombing mission off here this turn. And I kind of like it because not only does it dissuade him from wanting to fly aircraft out of here, if we put enough damage on the airbase, he won't be able to use it. So I kind of want to hit this base over the next few days. I want to hit it a bit more and see if we can knock it out of action, because that'd be really cool if we could. At Kienko, he's got fighters. I don't know what they're there to do. They may just be local caps so we don't bomb his troops coming through here. Or they may just be aircraft trickling their way down from up here, working their way back into Chungking. Okay, we do see he's got fighters at Changsha now. I don't know what kind of fighters those are. They very well could be the ones that tried to cap trap us 2 turns ago. Might be worth bombing these guys now just to see if we can catch them off guard. Because I don't need to be bombing the Chinese troops as much now, because I've got my troops where they need to be, and I'm not so concerned about slowing his down as much as I was before. So now I can do a little bit more strategic bombing than I was doing before, and maybe start knocking some of these airfields out of action. I did get some good recon on Kunming, and check it out. So we know this is definitely where he's storing a lot of his fighters when they're not being used. So his cap trap fighters are basically basing out of Kunming, and also out of Lashi over here. See that? There's 40 fighters there. This is where he keeps them when he's not cap trapping. That's what I found by the recon. In Burma, we're still waiting for more troops to catch up. I don't have good recon on Pegu right now. But from last turn, we know that the first Burma is there. And I need more forces before I do this shock attack. So I've got a lot coming. Over 1,000 AV. I'm not going to wait for all of it. I'm just going to get enough to come across here. Also moving on to Voy right now. I have the 1st RTA Cavalry Division making good time. We're going to take this base and this base, and that should lock all this up down here. And from there, I'm wondering if Tavoy would be a great base to launch an attack on Port Blair later on. If not Bangkok. Alright. In Singapore, the next turn is going to be pretty intense. So we have 2 things going on. Well, probably 1, because I'm not going to attack Temelo next turn. But I do have more troops in there now. So as you can see, we're nice and saved up with 311 assault value. Resting these guys up for the next operation. See, their disruption is still too high. So I'm looking to get these guys rested up 1 or 2 more turns, and then we should be able to take Temelo in the next turn. I mean, in the turn that we attack, maybe 2 turns from now, when my troops are rested up enough. But I will tell you what's probably going to go down next turn. Our shock attack into Singapore. And I am really dreading it. So my calculation is he has about 800 AV. I went through today, it's been an hour going through all the old combat reports and determining what units started in Malaya and which ones we trapped and killed and which ones got into Singapore. And by my math, if you count for the units that got in plus them regaining some assault value sitting in Singapore and resting, I estimate he's got over 800 in here now, with a lot of guns and at least size 3 forts sitting on urban light terrain. So it's going to be a bloodbath. My estimate for casualties is at least 12,000 next turn. It's going to be bad. But it's just the way it is. When you shock attack across this thing, there's no alternative. You have to. So you're going to take heavy losses early on, and it is what it is. I just can't stop it. So I can only hope that Maybe my estimate is overinflated and he has less, or maybe we have a good roll. Any number of things could happen. We will not take it next turn. That I can promise you. He's got too many troops here. But if we can knock down a fort and cause heavy casualties to his troops, we stand a really good chance of getting this wrapped up in less than 2 weeks, which is really what I want to get done, because I need to move on with my campaign, and Singapore is a linchpin to all of it, and I really need it. All right. So over here in the Dutch East Indies, we killed 2 ships here last turn. We landed on Sandakan. We took Port of Princessa. We landed on Zamboanga. So we're going to take that bad boy. We also took Surigao. So again, my strategy here is to bottle up all the Filipino forces at Malaybalay. So we're going to take this base and position these guys in this hex to cut off any retreat path for the troops once they get displaced into Malaybalay. Because if we hold this hex here, he can't get to these 2 bases, which we will not own as of yet, right? What we here, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're here and we have this base, which we're going to capture probably in 3 turns, and we're going to take Cagayan, we'll block this hex, and we'll kill all the troops a minute, and I'll be done with it, and we'll have to play games with them. Okay. Oh, I should talk about the Luzon since we're up here. We finally destroyed the Filipino unit that was causing us all kinds of grief up there for a long time. Let's see here. The Tone heavy gun unit. Okay, the rest of these guys, like this Botonco, heading to Manila. The Recon Regiment's heading back in. And then the Parachute Regiment, which did so much work for us early on, is finally on their way back to Apari. And from there, I'm going to bring them back to Takao, or even straight from here, sail them out to Bangkok in preparation for future operations out that way. And then basically, we're going to take Iba in 2 turns. Maybe 3. And then we'll have the Allies nice and bottled up on Clark, and it's just going to be a battle of attrition taking this place down. Okay, now for real, the Dutch East Indies. So far so good. We're in the process of recovering our ships from these far-flung bases and bringing them back to Ambon where we can protect them better. Ooh, look at this. I think I want to kill these guys. Yeah, I want to kill these guys. I think we just start bombing these guys. But we're going to grab this base first so that these guys have nowhere to go. One concern that I have is the fact that his... well, maybe I didn't have ASW at Ambon. He went directly into the base hex to take out that ship. And this is what he actually ended up hitting, was this patrol boat. So the damage is bad, but it's not critical. We can patch this up down to a 29 and send it back to a full-on shipyard to repair it. So this ship won't sink for sure. But overall, the recovery efforts are going well with all these ships out here. One thing I noticed, because I decided to start having these Petes at Babel fly ASW, is that we have a sub sitting near Peleliu, and that's kind of a problem because I need to get this unit. I need to get units out of here, and this thing is definitely a threat. So I'm gonna keep an eye out on that guy, but that's kind of a problem for me. All right, in the Solomons, things went pretty good here. We grabbed another dot base here. So what we're going to do here is load up these troops and send them to the next destination, which is Thousand Island Bay, Thousand Island Dressing. And yeah, And then we're just cleaning up some dot bases here, and we're basically almost done with all the Solomons. We just need to kill these troops here at some point. And then we gotta worry about this part of Papua. So, we had another good, finally Keto Butai had good weather this turn, and we hit both Sydney and Newcastle. So, Sydney we hit the light industry. I figured it was the one that was most dense, and I didn't know if the density made a difference, but I decided to hit it anyway, and we hit it. We also hit Newcastle. And we can see here, he's moving troops further north. So I bet you he's moving these guys up to Brisbane, because he thinks that's where we're going to hit next. So we'll see. Haven't decided yet where I want to hit. But yeah, so our bombing so far has cost 1,326 points, which I'm really glad we've done now, because we've lost so much from the ships and from the army lost points just by my misplays. So this is kind of hedging my bets in this whole campaign, keeping us afloat. Yeah, so I think that's the turn. Another, I would call this kind of a bad turn because of this situation here. But I've learned so much from it, and I hope you have too. And I won't make these mistakes again in the future, either in this campaign or the next campaign. I'll be a lot more aware of the concerns and threats of this sort of thing, so we don't have to deal with it again. So I hope you found this turn interesting and enjoyed it. I can't say that I enjoyed it, but you know, oh well. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.